Let's get into the video. Oh, welcome back to the channel. We are going to talk about it today. Oh, and I don't want to start off with like an apology because I've been living my best life. Anybody that follows me knows that that is what 2019 has been about for me. I haven't been focusing on what hasn't been going well. I've just been focusing on what's been going well. That's why you haven't gotten much from me till now, okay? I told you guys that I was going to keep you posted on whatever the last update video was. So if you haven't gotten the chance to watch that video, please take time to go and watch those, because I'm not really going to be taking time to explain much about what's already been explained, okay? Because we don't want to do that. You guys want the real tea. Y'all want to know what's going on. Oh, where is baby boo? What happened? I know y'all want to know. You guys have been asking on social media, and there's a part of me that was ignoring some of the questions because there's always like hope. So from the last video, the last update video, I had made the decision for us that we were going to separate spaces because we broke up 2018 January, and we took all of 2018, the whole year, trying to work on our relationship. That was the same year we went to therapy. Some things were working, but it just, to me, it didn't feel like the groove was really, you know, when you start something and it looks like it's about to quench. You light up a candle, but it's not quite lit yet. Breeze is blowing. It's blowing the candle. Towards the end of the year, I basically let baby boo know that, hey, I think that when this lease is up, I'm out. Honestly, to me, I felt like a change in space and scenario will cause us to miss each other and want to be around each other, and maybe would just spice things up a little bit. And we were just having such a bad time together that I personally needed a break, you know. For anybody who follows both of my channels, you know that I was dealing with a lot of health issues, and I wanted to get back to happy Silverline. I wanted to laugh for no reason, smile for no reason, wake up in a better mood. Me continuing to stay in that house with her was just going to kill me. Like, I felt like I was going to die on the inside, and I was just going to be so lost that I would never be found. I mean, there were times in that house that I was depressed, that I would cry, that I felt scared. There was just way too much toxicity. Oh, that's a word. It's a word. I don't know if I said it right, but there was just way too much of that in the house. So I said, it's time for us to separate spaces. And, you know, I let baby boo know that I was open to dating outside of the apartment because I still had hope for our relationship. We had been together 4.5 years, and I didn't want to walk away from that. I will say that Journey didn't quite agree to that. So March 5th was when I moved out. I knew that I was going to buy a house. I didn't know when it would happen. I didn't want to move into another apartment. And me and Journey had talked about it. We had talked about what would happen after this apartment was all said and done. And we did discuss having a home together. In fact, when I started the home buying process, she knew about it, and we had a discussion about if we were going to go into it together. I didn't feel comfortable enough to make that move with her. We talked about buying a house together years before, but it seemed like when the time came about, it just didn't seem like she was ready to just take action and let's go forward. And then there was a part of me that was a little bit nervous about putting my name on another piece of paper with her that bounded us together. If you guys didn't know by now, I'm not the best relationship person. I can be in a relationship, but I feel like every relationship that I've ever been in has made me feel like I don't belong in it. That's made me feel like I need to be disciplined by the relationship. Like, Silverline, you're not supposed to do that. You're in a relationship. Silverline, you're not supposed to. I'm like, well, this is what I like to do because I'm me. I've been in relationships where we were bound by some kind of document and I get screwed over. Especially with the kind of person that baby boo was. I wasn't sure that she wouldn't let her emotions get the best of her and want to be Me, again, we weren't even in the best space. We had not even gotten to a place where we were good to say, let's move forward. And I sort of kind of gave Journey like an ultimatum. I told her, I said, you can either move or I move or we both move, but we can't be under the same roof. Journey was okay with moving out. She was going to find herself a new space. But then, literally, like a week before she was supposed to move out, she tells me she had not found a new spot, which I just felt like this cycle is going to continue. We're going to do another year in this apartment and I'm going to be stuck. So I made the move out of the apartment. The lease was up anyway. Lease was up February, ending of February, and it was extended into March. And March 5th, I just gathered my stuff and moved out. The day I moved out, we had one of the, I don't know if it's one of our worst arguments, but it was a really bad argument. The argument was so bad that I just wasn't sure about us anymore. It's the way I was spoken to. I was cussed out. I was made to feel like I was evil. I wasn't treated like I felt like I should have been on the way out. And I think that towards the ending of me and Baby Boo's time together, we had gotten to a very nasty space, to a point where our families and people who loved and supported us were beginning to see through how nasty our relationship was. You know, things that some of them had not seen before, they were beginning to see. And I didn't want my family to see me as that person. You know, I didn't want them to think that I was weak or think that it was okay. You know, it's like if you ever watch any of these movies where a woman is being beaten, you know, this is just an example, y'all, because nobody's going to beat my ass. Y'all know with these guns, it's not going down. But if you've ever watched any of those movies where a woman is being beaten by like her husband, the day that she's being beaten by her husband in front of her kids, it's the moment she realized that she has to get out. I felt almost the same way. I felt like the energy was changing and my family was beginning to notice some of the really toxic situations that was happening between the both of us, that I was just like, especially to like my younger cousins. There was one of my cousins that saw something. I think two of my cousins saw something and they were like, what's going on? And I felt embarrassed to even explain what it was. And unfortunately, guys, I can't really give you guys details of our, situations, because it's a two people story, and except the other person is okay with me sharing a part of them. And like, again, if you guys didn't even know who Journey was, I wouldn't mind. I don't care. The verbal abuse was the one that I really, really hated. Baby Boo is the kind of person, and this is probably the only thing I really will say about her. She's the kind of person that responds immediately to emotion. Like, if we're like in the middle of a dance floor dancing and Baby Boo is upset, she won't wait till we get home. She will address that matter on the dance floor. And I'm already in a space. I am having a good time, girl. A girl is lit. I'm not in the headspace where I'm thinking, who have I offended while I'm twerking and juking? I am having a good time. When I dance, I'm not dancing to offend anybody. I'm really just honestly having a good time. But if Journey is not having a good time, or if something that I have done has offended her, she will address it in that moment. Same thing applies to the day that I was leaving. She wasn't happy with the decision that I was leaving, and she decided to lash out verbally. She decides to make me feel little by talking down to me and making me feel just worthless. I don't speak to people like that. I'm the kind of person that I will cap my emotions and think about it. I think it just comes with being mature. But emotional maturity is one thing that Journey has not mastered yet. She's not mastered the art of walking away and coming back and expressing herself. She has to do it right there. And that is for pretty much most cancers. And I'm telling you right now, I am not dating another cancer. I'm sorry, ladies. If you're a cancer, you are off the list. You're off the list. Once I finally moved everything out and got my stuff out, I was so sure that I was not coming back, just because everything was just so heavy on the way out that I was just like, nah, I deserve better. I deserve more. And, even though I was still hopeful, again, you're always still hopeful because you don't want to walk away from this and think that you've wasted your life and you've wasted 5 years. When I got into my home and I was beginning to feel myself again, I was coming back to me being happy. Most of my friends, if not 100% of my friends, were no longer in support of the relationship, that it was even hard for me to say, oh, I talked to Baby Boo today. They would be like, why? My friends and family wanted more from me than what that relationship was giving me. So it made it hard. I bought a house and it seemed like I was doing better than her in the situation. She couldn't even congratulate me. She wished me all kinds of ill luck on the way out. So I was just like, why would I want to be with somebody who can't even be happy for me? Why would I want to be with somebody who would wish me such horrible things? Why would I want to go back to a place that made me, at one point made me happy, but makes me so sad? As of now, Baby Boy and I are no longer. And I really don't see that coming back right now anytime soon. Maybe if it was 5 years from now, we're both in a different space in our lives and we've gone and explored other things and things didn't work out and we run into each other again, then maybe. But I'm pretty sure that the Baby Boo and I thing is done. I've been focusing on being happy. I've been focusing on my new home. I've been focusing on everything that's been going well in my life. I've just not had the time to focus on negative energy. I do remember when I walked out of the apartment that day. She was at work when I left. Well, she left in the morning. When she left, she saw me packing, and then by the time she got back from work, I was pretty much gone. When I was leaving the apartment, I cried because I felt like a failure. I felt like I had tried my best. For a person who really isn't a relationship person, I tried my damnedest best to make things work. But we were both trying to be something for each other that we really truly weren't. We really were not a mesh. Sagittariuses and Cancers do not go together. They're two different type of people. I don't think a relationship is supposed to be this hard. When you love someone and somebody loves you, they allow you to be yourself. So, sorry guys. I know that a lot of you guys were hoping that we could be the exemplary couple. But no relationship is perfect. I hope you guys know that a lot of people tend to show you the best parts of their relationship, and the worst parts of it you never really get to see. Thank you to all the Baby Boy and I fans. I mean, you guys have supported us through it all, and you've been understanding. Sorry that we couldn't make it work, but we just were not a match. I truly wish Baby Boo would have been, open to speaking her own side. That's the type of stuff I like, but that's not the case. But I thought I'd keep you guys posted because you guys deserve to know, because you've pretty much been there for a decent portion of our relationship. Baby Boo and I do not speak. I think we spoke a little bit right after the breakup. Things like, I wish we had worked. I wish this and I wish that. I think on my end, I was just hoping to have her as somebody I can talk to or a friend. But I think she made it clear to me that she didn't even want friendship with me. So, and that's what I think I'll be looking for in my next relationship, friendship. I want somebody who is genuinely my friend, who genuinely likes me as a friend before they even fall in love with me. Somebody that you can see, you can hang out with. How can you know somebody for 5 years and they don't want to be a friend? Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And let me know what you like to see in the next video. If it's something that I can answer, let me know and I'll try and address it. Mwah.